WATCHLIST. I'm Kevin Howell, aka the One-Eyed Scout. One-Eyed Scout. And today we got one of the most explosive point guards in the state of Texas sitting across from me. Dual sport athlete, floor general with real bounce. Just picked up a D2 offer from Missouri Science and Technology, and now he's headed to Steele High School. Jamail Garland in the building. What's up, young
How
bull?
y'all doing? Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, man, we were joking about a while ago, man. It's been a minute in the making. Just
Yes,
got to get the
sir.
calendar right.
Yeah, it's been a long
So
time.
let's start at the beginning, man. Antonian. That's when I first met or I first saw you. Uh,
Mm,
a couple of friends of mine, the Perry brothers, were
yeah.
telling me, "Hey, you need to come watch him." So I came over, and man, they told me you played football. I don't know if you're going to play football this coming year, but man, but I watched, and we'll get into this later, man. You were just fun to watch because you're so
Yeah.
explosive. So talk about the Antonian. What'd you learn about your game, your mentality during your time over there?
So actually, like a lot of people don't know this, but last year that was my first year actually playing like football, like at like a
Oh,
tackle
okay.
level. So I played there. So translating from football to basketball, I got a whole lot stronger, aggressive. Just like I developed like a dog mentality when I was in the court. Like I don't care who it is, I'm just gonna try to run through them and just kill them on the court. So once I got back, from basketball, I was kind of rusty. So it was just I had to do like how I was gonna get on the court, just playing defense, rebounding, diving on the court, just doing all the little things the teams need until my jump shot and all my skills really came back. So that was like a lot of stuff that people seen. So I've learned just like, to do the intangibles, of just winning. Just not it's not all about scoring the ball. I can impact the game in many other ways. So
You know, uh, and I would agree with that. The first time I watched you to the second time I watched you, there was a lot of rust knocked off, but I did. One of the things I've always mentioned to people is the football mentality. Even at your size, uh, you're very strong, and you bully a situation,
yeah.
and especially if you sense fear. I've seen that look in your eye, especially on the AAU circuit. But let's talk about this, man. Like you got to play against some top dudes. Talk about St. Michael's. Uh, that one sticks out because so many guys going to Division One.
Yeah.
What was that like at that level?
So we're playing them, we're about to play them. Everybody was just like hyping them up, of course. They're one of the best teams in the state. So they tell me I'm guarding Bo. So for me, I'm like, that whole week, I think I was just watching film, like just on him, watching his AAU, his high school, like everything, because I'm defending him. So, and I'm smaller than him. So I was just trying to see like what I can do. So for me, I was just like, I'm gonna make him put the ball on the ground. I see all he really likes to do is jab three, get into his jab three. So I'll make him put the ball on his ground and make him just shoot tough shots. So just going into that, I was just had that mentality that I might not score the ball, which is okay, but I'm gonna make sure I make an impact on defense for sure. I'll make sure everybody's seeing that like I can guard one of the best people in the state and country. So just going into that game, I was just like, I'm just gonna kill.
All right, so real talk, no fluff, man. So I'm sitting there, and on our live show, I got a sidekick named Phil,
Yeah,
and I kept telling Phil, man, this dude keeps getting underbowed, and no disrespect to him, but you talking about what you watched on film, and man, it really translated.
yeah,
I think it frustrated you during that game,
yeah,
and I think you're the first person that really had attacked him in that manner. Everybody else was fearful, and your speed, your athleticism,
yeah.
quickness, that you worked so hard for, kind of put you in a confident mode that you could do that.
And he's like,
So, hmm,
that had to be like one of the toughest people. Like I, like just like he can get into a shot. So like playing him,
quick.
and then like once I really realized like I can defend players like him, I was like, it was kind of from there, because it was just like a confidence booster after that.
Oh, it had to be, man, because I
Yeah,
saw it. I saw it, and then I see it translate into your time with Team FOA.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen and I'm excited to see next year still you and Maurice Eddie in the court together
Yeah.
because it's so much fun to watch uh, during the summer. And I know we still got summertime to go, but
Oh yeah.
between you and Devin and Mo, man, you never know who's going to go off.
Yeah.
And that's a good fit. That's a great fit. You know, man. You know, people don't always realize private school ball can be physical, especially in big matchups. And you never back down. And we talk about, you know, you didn't back down from Bo, you didn't back down from other people. You accepted a challenge. You went at it. Have you always been that way?
Um, yeah, like it's mostly like I say it really started like fifth grade after I really just I forgot I played like an Austin tournament and this kid was just killing me, I'm not gonna lie. He was just frying me and I kinda was just like when I stepped on the court I wasn't a dog. I was kinda in fear. And me and my dad had a conversation and after that like that just changed. He's like and I just realized like no matter how many stars they got, no matter what name they have, they put their shoes on the same way I put my shoes on. They're a man just like I'm a man, so I'm gonna go out there, just play like just play like and just try to kill them.
You know, man, and we'll pause right there because I do want to say, you know, just from that piece from when you're fifth grade, you know, that you could tell you already had that relationship with him for you ought to be able to
Yeah.
have that conversation. And can you talk about just the family support? Because you know, I always see your dad. We talk, but he's also always guiding me to other people on the team that I may want to
Yeah.
talk with. So I know he's a community builder kind of guy. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship with your family
Uh,
and
my
so?
dad, man, that's like my best friend. So, we work out together. Like that's just our time to talk. He pushes me. He's like my number one hater. Not even gonna lie to you. I could have the best game in the world. He's still gonna tell me what things I need to work on, no matter what. But he encourages me. My mom,
Yeah,
man, she's like my biggest supporter. She's there. If you see them, they're there every game recording me, making sure like I'm doing all
yeah.
the right things, staying on my P's and Q's, making sure my meals are prepped for the week, just helping me. My sister supports me a lot. She's there every game cheering me on. So like stuff like that, you know, like it just helps me. And when I like, every time I see them, like I know like I'm playing for just more than me. Like I'm playing for them, playing for my last name. So just stuff like that. And I just love my parents. I appreciate them. The money they spend time, everything with me. So I just gotta bring it back.
That's dope, man. You know, that's great. I appreciate, you know, not only what they've done, but your appreciation and gratitude for them. But hey, man, let's jump back into it. Everyone wants to know your transfer to Steele. What do you see coming about? Like, how you feel about that transfer?
I feel like it's good. We've been practicing, played summer league together. I like how we're coming about.
Hmm.
We're developing chemistry. But the biggest thing I've realized, like playing along these players, is they actually can hoop. Like, I've always been playing against
Hmm.
them, but playing with them, like they're actually good. Like, and it's like an actual family. Like they actually care about each other. Like they actually spend nights at each other's house. They're actually friends. Like
Yeah.
they actually, it's just so like, after that, it's just you want to play harder for them. And then I came in here just like I know I'm not gonna, I'm not coming in here to score 50 points a game. I'm here to come like win, get my teammates involved, score when I have the opportunity to, and just do what I need to do to win. But I love it. I'm ready.
You know, I think you're gonna be a nice fit. Um, what do you want the Steel fans to know? Like, what version of Jamail Garland are they getting?
Y'all are getting a leader, a person that's gonna work hard every game. No matter if I'm having a bad game, I'm gonna be on the floor, diving on the ground, just everything y'all need me to do. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be the person acting crazy, talking to people in the stands. I might talk a little smack in the court, but I'm gonna be a mature, mature point guard and just make sure that I'm being a leader and having people, watching me. I know like younger kids when I was at other schools, younger kids would like come up to me and say like, I'm like one of their favorite players. So like just knowing people watch you, they watch every move, and they always remember the bad things you do, but they'll forget some of the good things you do. So just making sure that I have a good effect, like a positive effect on people.
You know what, man? And I was listening. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about building
Yeah,
brands. And they said from the time, and for you, from the time you're in fifth grade, you've been building the
yeah,
Garland brand, right? And so it only takes, like you said, it only takes one mistake, man. So make sure, and you've always been, just make sure you always stay right on the social media side. You know, which I know you will. Like you said, very mature. But just the fit, the steel, man, to me is outstanding. You know, they like to shoot the rock, but the
yeah,
defense. And I think that you know, with Josh moving, I was concerned about the defense. And then when you're coming in, it's like, oh
yeah,
snap, you know, both them dudes get after it. And so I'm really excited uh, to see what that gym
yeah.
looks like, man, because it's gonna be a little bit
It
different,
is
man.
gonna be crazy.
Uh, yeah, and you know, one of my uh, two favorite games to go to is Steele
Oh yeah,
Clemens and Steele
yeah.
Judson.
That's a
So
big game.
you know that's gonna be
Yeah, it's gonna be
live.
crazy.
You know it's gonna be live. All right, man. So we talk about the summer. Team FOA. You know, we've seen you a couple of times. Y'all play on the recruit
Yeah,
look circuit, if I'm correct.
yes,
Um, so what's kind of talk to me about what's going on with the circuit, with the team, and some of those fly throwback uniforms they throw
all
out there.
right, so the uniforms. So, my coach is from Canada. So the red and the black ones, those are the Toronto uniforms. So he got those for us, which I like them. They're smooth. And then the purple ones, he had an old team called CDGW, which means come get this work. So the purple ones,
Ah,
that's just his brand. So the recruit look circuit, my dog Jenna and Gerald. So I appreciate them. It's a big circuit. All the best teams play, like all the UIBL, Adidas, 3SSB, all them teams play. So we've been playing on that end. We've been playing like the best kids in the country. Like we've been playing like at least 4 stars, 3 stars, 5 stars every game we play. We played Unity in Colorado. We've been playing like all just we played the best team in Kansas like 3 weeks ago. So, and we played one of the top teams in Chicago 3 weeks ago. So, playing them, and then, um, so like three weeks ago, that's when Missouri S&T came to watch me play. We had a big matchup against this team called I think ABC Spotlight, and they got a 4 star 27, and I'm talking about it's a morning game, 8 o'clock. There's at least like 10, 12 coaches, D1, D2. So we're playing. I end up having a 25-point triple double. Maurice, yeah, and
oh,
Devin wasn't there, and Maurice had like 35 points. So and we end up winning. So it was like crazy. And then after that, that's when like my recruitment kind of like skyrocketed. But the recruit look
okay.
circuit, that's kind of been the best thing for me. Like I think playing it since high school. So I really appreciate that.
You know, I'd be honest, I hadn't heard of it,
Yeah,
to be honest. And then talking with your coaches and doing my own little research, I don't break out of Texas too often, but that's one that I'm going to make sure in the future that I'm coming to at least one of
yeah.
their events because I've heard great things. You know, um, so let's talk about Missouri S&T. Uh, I talked to the assistant Coach Brewer, and he was telling me that they're a big top engineering
Yeah.
school, and then so in our conversation, I wasn't aware. But go ahead and tell people what you're looking to
I want
do
to major in
in college.
mechanical engineering, so that's like what I want to do in college. So, so I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to.
So that turns out to be a good fit
Yeah,
right now. And I'm not pushing anything on you. I'm just saying, like, it's got to feel good to have a good
yeah.
fit opportunity. We still working, we still grinding, we're not shutting it down. And I understand that. But I just want to tell people how good that fit could be.
Yeah.
Um, all right, man. So we just talked about it, but I want to know if there's another opportunity when you felt like on a circuit that people stopped sleeping on you.
So
I mean, was it 3 weeks ago or what you
it's gonna
got?
be like two games. So I think the first tournament, the first oh, it's not a tournament, it's like this circuit, but like the first um circuit or the first showcase
Showcase
we went
tournament?
to in Kansas. So it was in May, I think like end of May. Um or during, I don't know, somewhere towards the end of May. So we went down there. It was like our first couple of games. I was like going crazy. Me and my team were going crazy. I think I was like 30 points like for 3 games, and then like I was averaging like 8 assists, like 7 rebounds. So we were doing that, and then I got hurt the last game. But um, yeah, we were
Oh, snap.
playing that, and then after that, there was like everybody saw that. It was like, oh, this kid could really hoop. Like, and then we played Arizona Unity. Um, that was a big game. I was hurt. I had a sprained ankle, and I was just getting to it. Like I was getting to the bucket, getting assists, just everything. And that's when I really
Mhm.
like people really realized, oh, this kid could really hoop. And then 3 weeks ago, of course, we
Yeah.
were playing teams, and I was, and I just keep,
They just kind of put the
yeah, I
cherry on
really just
top,
keep being
right?
consistent. I think that's the biggest thing, like consistency. So
Well, man, you know, you've heard me, and I get excited about defense, especially when you can put a defensive play as your first highlight. That gets my attention. And Jamil, you always get to your spots. You're picking up 94 feet, taking other people's spots away from them, and that's college ready stuff. And man, you flat out control games. Um, you know how how do you stay grounded when you start getting in May? You get have those big up games, and then your recruiting really starting to taking off, and offers get to people's heads, and how you're able to remain so calm and cool. Does that go back to your dad being your biggest hater and keeping you in check?
Yeah, some of it, yeah, because he's like, you haven't done nothing yet, you haven't done nothing yet, stuff. But it's really just that I just want to keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot to still work on. So like, just I put 7 pounds of muscle on since like my last tournament. So just trying to do like little
Mhm.
stuff to get better, because I know I have a lot to work on, like playing off ball defense. Like I've been trying to get better at that. Just watching a lot of film, just seeing what I need to work on. Just so it's just really trying to get better. And a lot of people they still sleep on me. They still think a lot of people's better than me in the state. So it's really just use that as motivation every time I'm in the gym. I don't feel like working out. Using I go look at that
Mhm.
and I'm
Well,
like, I got to get better. So
I well, you're a competitive fire. I
yeah,
bet you
yeah,
do. I bet you do. But I tell people this all the time: recruitment is about fit and film. And man, your film
yeah.
hits loud, and you're in the right fit for FOA and for Steele. So this is kind of this is the watch list. And when I put someone on here, it's because I believe with all my heart that you got what it takes to play college basketball and make a real impact. You're on episode 14. What does that mean to you?
It's an honor to be on here. A lot of people like they don't really. I don't really get invited to stuff like this, so it's an honor just to really be on here and just to really express myself and just ask me questions and stuff like this. I ain't gonna lie, I've always like dreamed of stuff like this, so it's just like it's all coming. And then when you asked me, I was like, of course. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah. We appreciate you being here, man. You right away, and man, like I said, I've been excited because there's not a whole lot of guards that go around and we'll have conversation with just about we talk about explosive pace, that. Because I'm more of a big man post player
Yeah.
kind of guy. But man, I enjoy watching you from day one. Uh, you got a perfect blend of IQ, toughness, shiftiness, and a mindset to lead. You know, keep on working. But before we go, I want to remind everyone watching: if you're not a hooper who wants to get the real breakdown, highlights, polish, and recruiting rush, hit me up for the resume builder. It's everything to get your name like Jamail's in front of people. Jamail Garland,
Yes,
Jay,
sir.
on the floor. Appreciate you, my man, for being on here. Can't wait to see what you do this fall and this weekend.
Yeah.
Up in Dallas, I'll be there. TABC, you got a couple of great
Yeah.
matchups, man. Uh, it's gonna be interesting that the North
Oh
Crowley
yeah,
game.
I can't wait. I ain't gonna lie. That game's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I've got that one, labeled as quickness versus size, and so I know you got what it takes, but it's gonna be fun
Yeah.
to watch. And this has been the Watch List powered by TAAN-TV and the One Eye Scout. Keep your eyes in the gym, your heart in what you work, and remember, it ain't for everybody. Thanks, Mia.